I'm Steve. This is Matt. We are Steve and the Blue Line. We got Todd right behind the scenes. We talk about hockey here. We talk about all the fun stuff. We got gambling on our plate. What else we talk about, Matt? We talk about fighting. Of course we do.
Fights, for sure.
We got the Mavericks and we talk a little Blue Line. So let's kick this off, Matthew.
All right, Steve, we've got a couple more days. This Thursday is the last regular season game.
Pumped.
So we are wrapping up the, official season. Right here, we got the playoffs are set.
Playoffs
We know
are set,
who's
folks.
playing who.
We got Buffalo Sabres.
And I can tell you right now, there's some teams on here that aren't top seed, but they should be.
Buffalo Sabres are top seed, folks. They did win the Atlantic. They took over from Tampa Bay. Sorry about that, Tampa Bay. Good job, Buffalo. Congratulations. Let's go, man. You got Tampa Bay, Montreal. What a battle.
So what do you think of
that's
that Sabres-Bruins game?
Well, you know what? The Sabres-Bruins, any one of these games are anybody's game.
Yep.
But I'm going to tell you, this is going to be battling. We're talking Pittsburgh, Philadelphia. Are you kidding me?
Love that.
This is a rivalry that goes back, folks. It goes
that's
back.
what I'm looking most forward to.
You know what? Ottawa, Carolina. Don't count out Ottawa. They're hot. Carolina, I got Carolina to go to the finals myself, but don't count out Ottawa. Tampa Bay, Montreal. Montreal, we talk about them all year long. Hottest, youngest team in the league. We talk about some of the players on their team, Suzuki, and man, they're great.
Yeah, he just hit 100 points.
Just hit 100 points.
Yep.
I mean, just unbelievable what that guy's doing. Once again, Boston, Buffalo on fire. Let's go. Let's go, Buffalo. I'm rooting for you. Boston was playing good. They went on a little 2-3 game losing streak there at the end. Over on the west side, Colorado Lakers. Colorado got that President's Trophy. We know what that means, guys.
Curse.
Woo-wee.
2013?
2013. Last time we get a President's Trophy winning the cup. They are playing a Los Angeles Kings.
Now they're also playing. At least currently this week they're playing without their head coach traveling with them. He got slammed in the head. Took a puck.
Colorado, yes, he took a puck to the skull, noggin. It happens.
Good.
Folks. That's why we got to keep our heads up.
Pay attention, coach.
Coach, even you, coach, you can't be looking down at your players, cussing at them all the time. You got to keep your head up as you cuss at them, bud. Anyway, they are playing the Kings. Kings are playing 5 winners of 5 in a row.
So you think the Kings will be the upset?
I'm not saying they will be the upset.
So what do you think
keep your eye on them.
What do you think about this? So I was talking to a buddy of mine, Sean, today.
Ouch.
And he was saying that, with Colorado, they've been number 1 going into this. Yeah. And so do you think that kind of makes them play a little weak coming in?
It makes every team who plays the best in the NHL weak. It makes them all weak. It doesn't matter. You cannot be the best team going in. I've said it week after week. That's what happened. They got too far of a lead. They tried to give it up towards the end, but they couldn't. And whoops.
Yep. Nope.
Anyway, so what a great first round matchup. Kings, Colorado at home. Dallas, Minnesota. Oh my goodness.
I like Dallas.
That's going to be a good one. I'm on Minnesota. Dallas is tough, but man,
Why? Why are you on Minnesota?
I'm just saying that because I'd like to see the other team sneak in. Dallas, we see year in, year out. Let's see some Minnesota Wild boys. But even though I'm not a firm believer,
now speaking of
I
that,
bet on that? Absolutely not. But
absolutely no betting on that. Now, but real quick before you move on, so how many teams right now are in the playoffs or the finals here that were not in it last year or were in it last year?
Well, we have a record turnover of teams this year, folks. It looks like 8 teams are in it this year. 8. The previous record was 7. 8 teams in it this year that were not in it last year. Boom, boom, boom. Take a lot of time. We know Buffalo, Boston wasn't in it. Montreal. We know a lot of these teams.
Philly.
Ottawa, Philly, Pittsburgh. And a lot of these teams weren't in it last year, guys.
Right.
Anaheim.
Most.
I mean, we got a new playoff.
Which is nice. Don't we like that?
Fresh blood.
Fresh blood.
Fresh blood, baby.
Nice.
So I'm loving it. I think everybody's loving it. I'm absolutely loving it. You got Vegas, Utah. There's another one. Utah. the old Phoenix Coyotes franchise, guys. Is this a new makeover or
Yep,
what?
I think so.
I think it is as well.
You know, it is kind of
Arizona's going to get it. Aren't they going to?
they're supposed to be getting a team. But
Who? No,
Arizona.
come on, man. They had one. It was called the Utah Mammoth. They're gone. All right,
well,
Utah, Arizona's a thing of the past,
Okay,
fellas.
okay. I mean,
You guys are thinking of what happened in the future.
So
Anyway, regardless, Utah is your team. Will they beat Vegas Knights? Yes, they will.
I think so.
Mark it here. Utah is your new team that was not in the playoffs last year. Edmonton, Anaheim. Anaheim, complete failures, if
He's
you
been
ask
saying
me.
that.
I'm sorry, I've been saying
He's
that.
on that.
Guys, 3-5-2. They're clinging to third. 3-5-2 in their last 10.
And what's Edmund?
Edmonton, you're young. You got a lot of talent. Hey, don't get me wrong. I can't believe you made
the
it
last
in.
5
Now it's time to hedge, folks. If you haven't started hedging, and
on their last 5. How
yeah,
they
their
done?
last 10, they're 3-5-2. That's that. They're not
3,
worth a
5,
shit
and
on
2.
their last 5 either. Edmonton will win that series, and they will be playing Utah, and that will be your series in round 2, folks. So then what else you got before I go any further?
One thing we
with
don't have that's kind of unfortunate is we don't have some of these young superstars. We don't have the Sharks in there with
That's okay. You still got
we don't
the
have
youngest team.
Matthews.
You got Montreal in there.
Or-
You got a lot of young players in here, Matthew. You just got to
Matthew
look
Schaefer.
around, buddy.
Which one? Point them out.
Brady Pacheco. You got, your youngest teams, Philadelphia. Pittsburgh was one of your older teams. Colorado, one of your older teams. Anaheim, right there, bud. You got, 19-year-olds all over the place.
All over the place. 19
Montreal, your
everywhere.
youngest team in the NHL. I mean, come on, we got young guys out here. We just got to dig in there and find them. But we got old guys too, don't get me wrong. Buffalo has all kinds of young guys on their team. So we got teams that are playing. It's time. We got what's it start Saturday?
Yeah,
Saturday, guys. So by the time this guy comes out, we're looking at 2 or 3 days, guys.
Mm-hmm.
Home field advantage. How important is it?
So is home ice an advantage?
Well, it can be. You got, you got your teams. Here you go. You got your teams that win at home. All these teams are in the playoffs other than the Capitals. You got Carolina, your best home team in the league, Boston. But you know what? Buffalo, you got a lot of you
So
do
which
gotta win at
which
home.
one of these actually has home team?
Carolina's one of the best in the East.
Carolina has home
yeah,
ice.
they got it all the way through, guys. And then
Dallas has home ice.
you got Carolina and Buffalo's your 2 home ice all the way through.
Dallas,
All the way through,
Colorado.
guys. And then on the
Colorado's
west,
got it.
west, you got Colorado,
So basically, every one of these people has
Colorado,
home ice.
Dallas,
Except for Boston.
yeah, all these,
Boston
at Washington, and Boston snuck in as a wild card. So, but if you go to your away teams, you know what? You got to win on the road too, and there's Colorado again,
Very
right
important.
up top,
So it really
27
wouldn't
and
matter.
5.
They're still good.
Well, and you got every team that's in the playoffs here. You got Buffalo. You got to win at home, and you got to win on road.
So which one of these doesn't have home ice? That's on the
That doesn't have home ice.
Minnesota.
You know what? You got
Minnesota, right?
Minnesota. All 3 of those in every division. That they are 1, 2, or 3 in their division. So that tells you not one wild card is in that. You gotta win on the road. If you want to win the playoffs, you gotta win on the road. If not, especially the teams who don't have home field advantage, if you don't win on the road,
Well, that's what I'm saying.
gonna get
How many of them?
None of those. All they have home field advantage because they've all clinched their spot in the division until they move on to round 2, round 3. So you got a lot of good stuff. You got a lot of teams that got to win. That's why it's anybody's game. You got to win on the road. You got to win at home. You got to win, period. It's playoff time. It's fight time. It's go time.
It is go time.
So
that's exciting, and that's this Saturday.
This Saturday, we get it kicked off. Mavs just had their last game. They get kicked off April 24th as well. So, a lot of playoffs getting ready to rock and roll. But this Saturday, NHL, we're rocking and rolling.
So do you think these Oilers can win with kind of a weaker defense?
I like the Oilers, believe it or not. They're just one of these teams that can come out of nowhere. I like them better than the Knights. I like them way better than Anaheim. I think they are a team who can beat Colorado. They did just play Colorado the other night, gave them a hell of a game. It went to a shootout, which, God, when you see all-stars like that going through a shootout, it's unbelievable. But you got Dallas Stars.
Are you talking about
They
Philly
went to a shootout.
Philly had a great shootout.
Yesterday, we watched it down at the bar. Man, and this guy snuck in and did a wrap around at the last second. Just unbelievable. Unbelievable what these kids are doing. But anyway, great game. Colorado, Edmonton. Can't remember. Colorado ended up pulling it out in the shootout. But great game, and that's who the teams Edmonton can beat. You know, they're playing with Colorado, although, you know, they're kind of resting players. Everybody's kind of knows who's in now. Everybody knows where they're going to be. So players are sitting and getting rested. You don't want to get anybody hurt.
Now, are all teams bringing up somebody from, you know, lower division?
What do you mean bringing up?
As far as, you know, from their
like
from
the
their minor league,
NHL?
yes.
Or, I mean, are they bringing them up? Yeah, I mean, you're getting people who are being rested and sat the last couple of days. You don't want to get any of your stars hurt. And it's a game where you can easily get hurt. So
for sure.
When you're fighting in the playoffs, that's the last thing you want to do is get in. You know, when everybody's locked in. We got some teams got 2 games. Yeah, you got Colorado has 2 games. Anaheim has 2 games. You got some teams who have 2 games, but everybody's got 1 game left for the most part. And you know what? You're not going to put your star player out there when everything's wrapped up. So that's what we got going on, my man.
Now, do you think wild card teams are a little more dangerous?
Wild card teams, anybody can be dangerous. I mean, if you're in, you're in. You got Ottawa, who's been playing tough, 7-3-0. You got Boston, they can beat anybody too. You know, I mean, wild card or not. Utah, Mammoth, they were playing good. They've lost a couple in a row, but, you know, not a big deal. I don't know what's up with Vancouver all of a sudden wanting to beat a couple teams, but they have. But the Kings, 5, I mean, winners of 5. Hey, what is going on? They weren't playing like that earlier. They didn't even know if they were on the outside looking in. Now, all of a sudden, they're in. You know what? It's anybody's game, man.
Would you say any of these teams aren't built for the playoffs?
Any of these teams aren't built. I mean, you know what? Anaheim hit the road. Vegas Knights.
He just doesn't like the Ducks.
Sorry, guys. Vegas Knights. You're gonna have to hit the road. I know you're doing good under your new coach. Congrats. You haven't lost a regular season game yet. Under your new coach,
but they just made that change,
and everybody was wondering why did they fire him. Well, now
apparently the players didn't like the fucking coach.
Now you know. Now the Islanders, when they fired Wall, you know what? It didn't work out for them. They ended up going 3-7. So that move doesn't work sometimes. Sometimes it does. Sometimes it doesn't. It doesn't. It didn't this time. Anyway, so that's what we got going on.
Okay, so going to be a better than usual playoff season?
This is every playoff is great, but this one, man, with all the fights, all the action, I don't know if you guys have been paying attention.
Yeah,
it's a lot of action going on.
Been a lot
of fighting, a lot of just a lot of fighting. But it's just like every time I'm telling somebody at the bar we're watching the game, I'm like, man, have you not seen all the fighting? We look up and then all of a sudden there's a fight going on. It's like, Jesus, well, just look over here then.
Right.
If you haven't, somebody's getting uppercutted, I'm like, God. Yeah. It's just, I mean, everybody's fighting, man. The season's not over, even with 2 games left. The tough guys are letting everybody know, hey, remember me for next year. You know what? Maybe this little broken whatever bone this is, maybe you'll remember that from next year.
The old orbital. Okay, so
the old orbital.
So we're gonna have great playoffs. It's gonna be it's gonna be rough, tough, like it
See
always.
at the blue line Saturday is when this goes down. We will be packed. Get down there early. Let's go.
And so they're going to be good. The one thing that we're going to see is if the curse sticks with the Avalanche.
So who did you have? Who did you have getting out of the first round?
Who do I have getting out of the first round?
Yes. You were going to pick your team. I was going to pick mine. I told you.
We'll do it here in a minute.
Okay. Whatever.
I'm still pondering a little bit.
Okay. Go ahead. All right. I would.
Okay. Well, we are going to move on though.
Okay. Let's go.
And we're going to move on to fight of the week. Fights of the week is, as we like to say it, because we like more than one fight always. We're already seeing playoff level intensity. Fights have been picking up, like you just mentioned. And
some good ones, guys.
Who are we going to start off with?
Well, I mean, I thought you had a couple for us. Are we not lined up here? First off, I want to talk about teams. I want to talk about teams and players, folks, not just one guy in particular.
Okay.
There is one fight. We're going to go over one fight. By the way, we're at the Mavericks game. Saw a great fight. Wife got on video, but shitty Wi-Fi. We weren't able to lock it in. Great fight, though. God, the Mavs, you got to go out there and see them. But teams, 44 majors. Tampa Bay, Boston, 38. These are teams that lead in fighting. Tampa Bay, 44. Boston, 38. We got the Ducks right behind them, 35. We know Gudis loves to fight over there.
Now, see, I figured you'd have a little more love for the Ducks just because of him.
Veal, and you got Veal.
And he's been fighting. He's
Veal
had a bad ankle.
man. They got a couple of fighters on that team, and he's an agitator. We got a guy, boy. Woo-wee. Anyway, so you got a couple guys on Anaheim, and I do like them. They are young. They don't have what it takes. They're too young, and they do like to fight. I do love it watching a team. They're gonna be exciting to watch, but I don't. They were in the Pacific, which was weak. Ducks, 35 majors. Flyers, 4th with 32 majors. All of those teams, folks, are in the playoffs. They love to fight. You are going to be seeing some fighting in the playoffs. I advise you, tune in. Players, Mark Kostelik plays for the Bruins. 140 penalty minutes, folks. Rockin' and roll, and Logan Stanley, we've heard him talk. We've talked about him in here before, 128. Tom Wilson, God, he's an agitator. Nobody likes him.
No.
The Capitals, 117. Then we had old Arbors. He's Scottish. 116. I hope I pronounced that right. I did not pronounce it. We're not going to go over that name again. Arbor is the first name. Let's stick with that.
He's a fighter.
That guy, 116. Nobody comes close to Castlick, 140. So, with that, that's your top teams. They're all in the playoffs. We're going to be watching some fighting. We're going to be watching rough and tough shit go down.
Okay, there was one fight that kind of stood out this week just because the guy's ginormous.
Oh, yeah.
What's he, 6'9", something like that?
6'9", that'd be old Douglas. Oh, my goodness. He was just involved in the big fight that we talked about the other week whenever they the
two giants. The history fights. Two giants.
This guy's not as big, but he is a scrapper. Old Veal. He is 6'1", and he is an agitator.
That's the league average height, by the way, 6'1".
6'1", yes, and this guy can throw down. But Douglas, let's scroll this bad boy. Now this fight comes after a Gudis fight, so this game already had momentum. But look at Douglas.
Look how much bigger this guy is.
I mean, Douglas is a big boy. Douglas is a big boy.
He's got that reach where he can hold him out there.
Hold tight right there, Todd. Hold tight right there. So Douglas,
he's just manhandling him.
Well, Douglas is a big boy, but listen, this guy can scrap. He knows how to defend this, and he's trying to fight off the old tug. He's trying to tug him in so he could just jack him. Well, you're going to see he finally comes through here, but this Bill's no rookie at this. He's fought.
Right, but as a smaller guy, you would want him to bring you in with that tug because you want to be up close and personal.
Yeah, maybe for a good uppercut, but when he's pulling you in and you got power, all right, let the rest play out. Watch Douglas pull him in, just pulling him in. And now watch the rights. Watch the boom. But he's still going.
Yeah, he loses his helmet.
And look,
that's
and finally he took him down. Strength. He's like,
shit, little guy's about to get me.
Look, gives him a little pat on the back. I don't know if you just guys see that, but even gave him a little pat on the back. That's what they do. It's nothing but respect. Great momentum was going in that game. Even more momentum. That ended up being a great game.
Yeah.
Vancouver beat them.
That was good.
That was one of those again.
This week you were at the Mavs game and you saw a pretty good
yes, Mavs.
We don't want to. We'll talk about them in a little bit, but that fight.
Mavs.
Who was it?
Man, I tell you what, them guys is against Wichita. Them guys were Tulsa, one of the two. They played both of them this week, and man, that's just such great hockey. God dang, they play some good hockey.
They do.
I can't remember who it was, but golly, man, he checked somebody up against the boards, and they were having none of it.
Yeah, you sent me a video. You sent me a video. Boom. It was good.
Sent you a video, man. That was a good ass kicking brawl. Once again, we got home playoffs coming up April 24th, guys.
Yeah,
it's a Friday, Saturday. Great time. You got to get out there and see them.
All right, moving on. We're going to talk about one of your favorite topics, bets. Betting talk.
Absolutely.
And right now there's people this time of year that get killed in the playoff betting.
Well, you know what? It takes a certain kind of human being, bud, to really dig in.
Certain kind.
And give them some lefts and rights. And you know what? I think I'm here for you. I think I'm here for you now.
So what are you thinking? Got any picks for us?
Last week I got gutted a little bit. I went 1-2 last week. That's all right. We're still 10. We are 10-3 on the year, folks. Goddamn, I mean, if you're gonna beat me up over losing a couple, my God. All right. Now
You
here
know
we
what?
go.
And if you guys have any picks or any
Hey,
things,
Hey,
throw
you
them in the
think
comments.
you think you got a winner? I want to
Throw them
see
in the
it.
comments. We'll
Throw 'em
definitely
in
give
the
you props.
And if you don't like my pick, I want to hear from you. That way I can rub your face and shit in the next show. So this week, folks, we don't have a lot of action. You know what? We got a lot of players out. We got a lot of, you know what? I'm not saying throw the farmland on it or nothing, but I am saying let's go Kraken Avalanche overs. You know why I say that, Matthew?
I don't.
I'm going to tell you because this year we are at a high in scoring, folks. 6.2 goals a game.
Yeah, average.
Have you ever heard me give out an under here? No, you have not. Have you heard me lose an under here? Just last week I did lose the one under game, but I also hit the over game on the Sharks. So boom, boom, I got my over under. So anyway, you know what? A lot of overs this year, folks. 6.2. A lot of your averages around 6.
So do you think that's due to having some?
That's some offensive beast, fast kids, speed, scoring. All of that, Matthew, is what that is.
Okay.
And that's what I got here. I got a young Krakens team against an older Avs team, but they're going to be sitting some of these guys out. And I think you're going to see some of the young Avs guys trying to make a point. And some Avs guys that won't know how to play defense maybe a little bit. I don't know. Maybe.
Well,
I'm just going with my gut. Let's go.
The curse is starting to weigh down on them. It'll start kicking in here soon.
You know what? And now's not a bad time or not a good time to be. You really kind of want to stay on your heels. You're at the end of the year. I understand you don't want to get players hurt, but you also don't want to, go into the playoffs looking like absolute dog poo-poo.
Okay. Well, so do you think that the goalies are going to have anything to do with betting?
Well,
Like, going into it, or any of these goalies, especially these last 2 games, do you think any of the goalies will be pulled just so they can get some rest? And
well, yeah, you're going to have to get goalies pulled 100%. But, like in Colorado's place, who cares? They got one of the other top goalies. You got Blackwood and you got Wedgwood, so you got 2 of the best goalies. You're definitely going to be sitting some goalies, but that's okay. You know what? Let them rest up. You don't want to be playing Wedgwood right now. You don't, goddamn, why would you? Why would you play Vasilevsky?
that guy.
Golly, man.
Mouthful.
Yeah, it is a mouthful. You know what? But yeah, why would you play your starting goalies? You want to play your backups, let them get some good time just in case your starters get hurt. You got them for the playoffs.
No, I'm all about it. But they haven't been. So even if they are a good goalie backup.
Hey, you know what? And speaking of goalies, you got to give it up. He's not in the playoffs, but you got to give it up with Jonathan Quick now, folks. Hang on. You got to give it up with Jonathan Quick right here. Look. You got 65 active shutouts. He almost had one the other night, and they gave one up with under a minute left. Unbelievable, Rangers. They were playing good hockey there for a minute. They could have had 66. That's a hell of a list right there, guys. But that's a tough list. Just to put this in perspective, 65 goals is the active record for goalies. Now, Jonathan Quick he's an old-timer, folks. He's an old-timer. Your second one is old Terry Sawchuk, played for the Detroit Red Wings back in the day. Terry Sawchuk had 103 games under his belt, or 103 shutout games under his belt. That tells you how badass he was and how many games. That was without the mask, guys.
Ooh.
Without the mask.
Yeah,
that is. If you've been to the blue line, I got a picture of Terry Sawchuk with all the stitches, all the marks on his face. That's 103 shutout games, guys. Terry Sawchuk. Now, even better, there's one better. Martin Brodeur. You've probably seen him on the Enterprise shutout. It's pretty much real deal. He's blocking every shot. He is the real deal. Martin Brodeur, 125 shutouts, guys. Yeah. There's 82 games in a season.
That's about a season and a quarter.
Season and a half.
Yeah.
A season and a half of his career, he shut people out.
Yeah.
I don't know, but to me, that seems amazing. Now, how about this beaut? How about this beaut right here? Looky there. I got the chance. Ooh, I put on a couple pounds. I've lost a couple pounds there, folks. My face barely fits in the picture. That's okay. But looky here. I got to meet the man, the myth, the legend himself. That's at a Blues All-Star game right here. One of the last events before coronavirus hit.
So
Look,
when was this?
we're both still alive. We survived Corona, baby.
Yes.
We did this together. Me and Martine, baby.
All right.
Anyway, that was me and him, man. What a great, I'm telling you.
And
I met some Hall of Famers.
That is a Hall of Famer.
My God,
Top.
folks. I mean, that's something I'm taking to the grave right there.
Whoa.
I don't think I washed my hands. I don't know how long, but I mean.
Since Corona. That's how he made it through the
Since
coronavirus.
Corona, baby. Let's go.
He keeps a lot of bacteria, so he's got a high immune system.
High immune. I fight off everything. That's my wife. I never get sick.
That's great.
She's went through a big sickness, and I'm still rocking and rolling, folks. Okay,
All right,
let's go.
so,
Let's
so
go. What's
we've,
next?
So we've
What do we
decided.
got?
So we've decided that you don't think switching out the goalies is going to be a problem because
I
the
think we're
backup
good.
goalie
Let's go. Our backup goalie is
good,
good.
but
Everybody's
even though he's
locked
rusty,
in. Everybody's
even though
got
he's
time.
rusty.
Listen, guys. Everybody's got time to rest. Everybody's locked in. We're good. Quit freaking.
I'm not
freaking
freaking out.
out.
I'm trying to look at an angle that, hey, you know what? If you've got a goalie that isn't going to be on point, there's probably going to be more. There's going to probably be more goals scored. Therefore, your overs.
Hey, you know what? No, there you go.
That's
Once
my
again,
point.
ride your overs.
My
Okay, well,
point.
you didn't say
He
we
hasn't
haven't
listened.
got to the betting segment yet, Matt. So I don't know what your point is on the overs right yet.
What are we talking about right
Well,
now?
we're talking about goalies, bud. We're not talking about overs. We're talking about goalies and backups.
Oh, you've already given
So
your.
now are we going on to betting? Or
Well, you've already given us your pick.
Well, no. Oh, yeah, I did. We
Yeah.
already did do the pick. So then why are we going back to betting?
I don't know.
Come on, man. Let's figure this out. Yes, he is right. Overs. We've talked about overs all year
Yes.
long. Come on, man.
Yes.
So, okay. This is our 7th episode, by the way.
Yes.
So
Doing
we
good.
always say overs.
Overs. Been saying it for a
7
while.
episodes of overs, folks.
Okay, so
Let's go.
we're
What do we got?
here's the thing: is that since it is, we don't have any odds that are up to these games right now. So
Hey, real quick. I'm sorry. I totally forgot to talk about this. The goalies. I'm sorry to interrupt you, Matt.
Yeah.
We were on goalie talk. Martine Brodeur at 125. We saw the beautiful pick. Man, what a beauty. But also, Jonathan Quick, one more shutout, guys. He gets Patrick Wall. He ties Patrick Wall at 16. This is huge. That's what that game meant. This might be his last year. That's how much that game meant to them guys and the Rangers to get that shutout, that they gave up a goal with like 40, 50 seconds. It's heartbreaking. He about moved into 16th place, tied with Patrick Wall. As we all know, Patrick Wall's a legend. And man, one game away if he retires this year. Ew, how disheartening. But you know what? What a
he's
hell of a
still
goal.
up there though.
He's still up there, but still one game away and you were 40 seconds away. Okay, I had to throw that back out there. He's one game away. Let's hope he gets one more shutout and ties Patrick Wall. Go ahead. Sorry to interrupt with what you had going on. What else we got here? What else we got?
Well, so we're just kind of wrapping up the betting.
Yeah.
What I was going to say is that since right now we don't have odds on any of these, so we can't.
Yeah.
That's the reason he doesn't
It's
have
tough.
as many picks.
It's tough.
So what we're going to do is, as the week goes on and these odds pop up, Steve's going to throw a couple of those in the comment section. So if you go check the video,
Yeah.
you'll be able to see in the
Hey, or
comment
vote.
section.
How about votes?
Yep.
Let's do a voting. We did a
can throw
voting on the
something up
dirty
there.
play. Let's
Yep.
do another vote.
We can throw some things
Who
up.
do you guys think? Who do you
And
guys
so-
think's
right.
going to win this thing?
So look for that.
Hey,
Now on to Kansas City hockey.
I love all this.
Kansas City hockey.
Okay, Mavericks.
So they did end up wrapping it up.
Hold tight. I'll take it from here. Thank you,
Yeah.
Matt. Thank you, Matthew. I've been really excited to talk about this. The Mavericks got a 4-year extension. Seattle Kraken, guys. Huge. Seattle is great to work with us. We love working with Seattle. Seattle loves working with us. It's a great partnership. We just tied in with the Seattle Kraken for 4 more years. Very, very exciting. Also, what happened? Tado had our coach. Love him. Great. Tad's been part of the turnaround. Great. Most winning coach in ECHL history, folks.
Huge.
Most winning coach in ECHL history.
So that'll put him in the Hall of Fame.
That'll put him in maybe ECHL Hall of Fame.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, well, why not? Goddamn, get the man in there for crying out loud. Also, we got our man Crawford.
Crawford.
Still breaking
Dude's
records,
awesome.
folks. 86 points as a D-man. This is unheard of.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to go back to
he delivers every game too.
Bobby Orr, as a 100-point D-man score. I mean,
now, wouldn't you say Crawford's probably definitely a locker room guy as well?
Oh, he's a 30-year-old locker room stud. I mean, God, he knows where his guys are at. He is just a beast.
Yeah.
I don't know where he's. I mean, he's just came out and played some of the best hockey he has. They also got Jackson Judding. He's got 30 goals on the year. You know what? Hey,
good
not
job,
bad. Jackson Judding with 30 goals. So they got an all-around team. Not only do they got Crawford, they got an all-around team. They got playoffs, as we were talking. April 24th, April 25th, I think we're going to try sneaking down there. We got the Tahoe, guys. The Tahoe Lake Monsters. Woo.
So
not scary to me, fellas. Not scary to me. We play them Friday and Saturday.
Friday and Saturday. 24th and 25th. Nice.
So get your tickets. Get your tickets. Some good stuff going on. So there you go. There's your KC Mavericks. Let's go Mavs.
So now the Mavs, do they have typically a legit playoff atmosphere?
They got a legit playoff atmosphere. We got the team to do it. It's kind of like the NHL. They are the Brabham Cup winners.
Yes, they are.
I don't know if
they
that's good or bad.
2024.
It's kind of like the NHL. You really don't want it, but they got better odds than what they do in the NHL. But let's go out there and get it this year, Mavs. I think we got it. We got a damn good team. Exciting, fun to watch.
So now do you think, was there going to be a parade?
We did lose our goalie. We did lose our goalie up to the Coachella.
Coachella.
Yeah, Coachella's our AAA team. Our goalie went up, LaFontaine went up to AAA, so we got our other goalies intact. So, and that goalie, he was 22-2, folks. So you really hate to lose him.
Yeah.
Coachella needed him.
When we leave?
And that's okay. We got good backups. We'll be okay. But man, when
we lose him?
We just lost him the other day and went up to Coachella.
So
Coachella, root on Coachella. We'll be rocking
that's a big thing. So
that's a big thing.
We're going. The guy that got us here is no longer.
He's one of them. 22-2. We played 69 games, man.
Right. Well, then.
So he's
40
24
games
part
out
of them, a third of them. Hey, we need 2/3 of other people. So let's go.
Okay.
Let's go.
So, yeah, playoffs.
Yes.
We're looking forward to it. 24th, 25th.
Yes.
And then what happens after the 25th?
The 25th, well, you got more playoffs, but they just don't end on the 25th.
Well, right, but where are they? Are they going to be at home again, or
then you got 3 on the road, then 2 back at home. So you know what? Follow us. We'll keep you intact here on the show. We'll tell you what they're doing, what they're winning, what they're losing.
Yeah, I'm excited for.
We'll keep you out. Next week we'll be into the playoffs. It'll be a totally different show. I do want to give a shout out. We haven't talked about the blue line. I don't know why we struggle bringing this up week after week.
Yeah, what's this?
This week, blue line, we have my man Jax, his team. His team, the Squirts, Lion Squirts. Hey, look at these guys.
This is the kid we were
my
talking
little
about.
nephew used to play for these guys. These guys won their Midwest Select League Squirt Gold Championship. These guys.
And where's he at?
These guys won this in Fremont, Nebraska.
Which
guys.
one's he?
He's one of these little guys right over here to the left,
right over here,
holding up his number one because they are number one.
Yeah,
they beat the Blue Hawks 3-2 in the championship. I want to give it up to Max and the Squirts guys. These guys won it all.
Traveling
went to Fremont,
up to Nebraska.
Traveled up to Nebraska. Showed Lion Creek hockey what we got, baby. Good job, Jack. Proud of you guys. Good job. So that's what we had going on. That was kind of he frequents the blue line every now and then. So that's a little blue line talk. And then we got hockey coming up. We got this weekend. We got hockey.
We got the World Cup creeping up on us.
And that's 58 days away. We got
58 days away.
We're lined up. We're getting people on board. We're on.
How the Royals looking?
Royals pitching still a problem.
Okay.
Hitting a little bit of an issue. We're winning. We're not winning enough. But you know what? We got playoffs coming up, guys. And if you want to come to the bar that's going to be going down, it's the blue line. So Saturday, It starts. We'll see you there.
What times?
I don't know. I haven't checked times yet. It's all for early.
Usually like around 1.
We'll be rocking her. Yeah, all day, baby. All day, all night, brother. Let's go.
Okay. And I'm sure there'll be good food specials.
I'm excited.
Food.
I'm excited for you guys to watch exciting hockey at an exciting hockey bar.
Yes.
All the exciting stars are lined up. Let's go do this.
Excellent. All right. Well, to round this up and call it a day, I want to get your pick for who you think is going to win the Stanley Cup.
Well,
who do you think is going to be the first,
you know
upset?
what? I'm going to call it right now. Carolina and Edmonton in the finals. I'm going to call Carolina on the East. I'm going to call Edmonton on the West. I'm hoping it's Carolina, Buffalo, Edmonton, Colorado is your finals. Carolina, Buffalo on the East, Edmonton, Colorado on the West. It's going to be one hell of a playoff. Now, hey, I might be totally wrong. It might be Montreal and freaking the Kings for all I know. I mean, this is NHL hockey, and that's why we love it. It's unpredictable. So that's who I got. Who do you got?
So who do you think is going to be the first?
Matt, who do you got? Here, let me tell you this. My first round prediction, first round underdog prediction. Utah over Vegas. I don't know why we didn't go over this over bet night, bet segment. That's okay. Utah over Vegas Knights first round. Vegas, you haven't impressed me. Utah, you have. I give it up. Let's go. Who do you got?
Okay, so I think that the upset first round. I think Philly's going to beat Pittsburgh. And then I think that
that's a toughie.
It is. And then I think Dallas is going to win it all.
So you think Philadelphia's going to go into Pittsburgh?
No. Yes, I think
Philly's going to go into Pittsburgh and knock them out of the playoffs then play Carolina or Ottawa?
I think they're going to end up playing Ottawa.
Ottawa's going to knock out Carolina, the team that I have going to the finals. Well, if me and Matt has a bracket, I'd like to put some money on that one. Jesus Christ. Anyway, what else do we have?
Up top.
So who do you think to win it all, Matt? Who
win it all?
Eastern, Western.
I think Western.
Eastern, Western. What teams?
I think that who's going to play in the
who's going to play in the Eastern?
I think it's going to be Dallas, and I think
Western.
And I think Dallas is going to be playing Montreal.
Oh my God! Well, Dallas and Montreal. I think you should make a bet on that. $1 will probably pay you like that one guy, $53,000.
Okay, good deal.
But anyway, good luck to you on that.
Well, I've got $1. You want to put up to 53?
I mean, no, I won't.
Sure, we got it on camera.
Oh my God!
Actually, I'll do 2 for 106.
I'd probably be stealing.
I'll go 2 for 106.
I'll give it to you.
Okay.
I'll give it to you. That's our picks.
Thanks for tuning in to Steve and the Blue Line. Subscribe for more hockey talk.